Hey team, I wanted to create a video today in regards to how much slower should you run in the heat, because I have a lot of athletes that have left me comments on videos over the years since 2019, since I started making videos, in regards to comments like, well, I ran this race in a certain time, but it was 92 degrees out and I'm not really happy with my time. I want you all to remember that there's, as you all know, there's a drastic impact on your athletic performance when you're running in hotter temperatures. Okay, so if normally you're running, say, 8-minute mile pace during your easy runs, if it's, or during your, even say during your tempo runs, if you're out doing 5 to 7 mile 10 mile 16 kilometer longer runs at tempo effort, make sure that you're adjusting the paces that you're running at per kilometer or per mile. If it's hotter temperatures, there's a drastic drop in athletic performance if you're running, say, in 50 degree Fahrenheit versus 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I wanted to do in this video in regards to this topic, how much slower should you run in the heat, just to give you an indication, my advice is to go on Google and look at the V.O2 calculator. I'll leave the link here on the screen so you can check that out. There's a button on there on that website that says advanced features. Okay, so normally for an athlete trying to break, say, an hour and 50 minutes for the half marathon, that's 8 minutes and 23 seconds per mile, or 5 minutes and 13 seconds per kilometer. Okay, that's race pace. Okay, so again, you need to hold 8:23 per mile for 13.1 miles, or 5:13 per kilometer pace for 21.1 kilometers in order to run in an hour, 49 minutes and 59 seconds for the half marathon. That being said, okay, that's under normal, in terms of training paces. Easy pace for an athlete trying to run under an hour and 50 minutes is anywhere between 9 minutes and 46 seconds per mile to 10 minutes and 44 seconds per mile, or 6 minutes and 4 seconds to 6 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer for your easy, relaxed pace. Okay, now let's look at the advanced features of this website. Under the advanced features tab, you have two options. You can choose between temperature, or you can choose between altitude. So say you're running at sea level and you're going up to, say, Mexico City, and you're going to train at 7,000 plus feet. You can toggle the altitude option and see what paces that you need to be running at altitude versus running at sea level. Okay, in this example, for this particular video, what I wanted to do is to toggle the temperature gauge. Okay, so again, easy pace for an athlete trying to break an hour and 50 minutes for the half marathon is anywhere from 9:46 to 10:44 per mile pace, or 6:04 to 6:40 per kilometer pace. But if it's, say, 90 degrees Fahrenheit out, which is, it's here in Michigan, that's about what it is right now. It's like 94 degrees, 95 degrees out today. I'm going to put in 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's look at the differences in paces for easy pacing. Just for easy pacing, not for threshold running, just easy running. Now we've moved from 9:46 pace for easy running per mile to 10:08 to 11:08 pace for easy running. Okay, and the kilometer pace is now 6:18 to 6:55 pace. Okay, so again, this is something that a lot of us, when you're training for races, you think that, a lot of times, and I certainly have had the same issue over the years too, where you think that you can hold the same paces that, say, are in perfect conditions, 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, in 90 to 95 degrees, or 70 to 90 plus degree Fahrenheit temperatures. You're going to have a much more difficult time being able to sustain that particular pace in hotter temperatures versus if it was optimal temperatures, say, 45 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So I want you to make sure that you go find this particular, visit this website, bookmark it, and as you're moving through, especially if you have one of my training plans or if you're following one of my running courses, I have a training plan at the end of each one of my running courses as well. But when you're following the training plan, also make sure that if it's super hot out, if it's 70 degrees or higher, that you make sure that you're utilizing the V.O2 calculator so that, again, you can adjust. Okay, if I have a workout for you on the plan that says you're supposed to be hitting, say, again, we're going to look at the example of the athlete trying to break an hour and 50 minutes for the half marathon. Okay, say I have on the plan, you're supposed to hit repeat 800s at on the track at, say, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. That's running at interval effort for an athlete trying to break an hour and 50 minutes for the half marathon. Again, for 800s, we're looking at 344. Now, if we do this again at 90 degrees temperatures, let's see what that same pace should be factored in. Now, your 800s should be running, instead of 344 per 800 rep, you need to be hitting 352 per 400 or per 800 meter rep. So you see the differences in paces? I mean, this is several seconds slower, so you do have to factor in running slower in the hotter temperatures versus if you're running in perfect conditions. Okay, so just make sure that you remind yourself of this, that hey, it's not that I'm out of shape, it's not that I don't have the drive and the discipline to hit the splits. It's just that you're running in extreme temperatures. You know, just recently, just for an example, I had an athlete leave me a comment, I think 2 days ago on one of my videos, and he said that his PR was 208 for the 800, and he ran a 219 for the 800, but it was 91 degrees out, and he felt really bad about it. And I told him, I was like, don't overthink it. Also, just use this effort as just no more than a hard workout. And I also mentioned to him that one of the best traits of athletes that I've been around that have been on world championship teams, that have made Olympic teams, is that they get over disappointment very fast. They're already thinking about the next race, the next preparation, the next build up for their next big race. So if you have bad races, and you're going to have bad races, I mean, it's just a part of the process. I wish every single race that we ran, it was perfect and we felt awesome in every single race, but that's usually, in most cases, for most athletes, not the way it goes. So expect some subpar efforts, but just know that every single effort, you're going to get a huge physiological boost from that particular effort, even if it didn't go quite the way you wanted to. Okay, if you're racing in the heat, I have never been a hot weather runner at all. I'm a cold weather runner, have been that way since I was in high school. Never ran well in the heat. Kudos to all of you who can do that and hold up in the heat, but just make sure that you are adjusting your paces. Okay, another example here, I want to make sure that just again, for the athlete that's trying to run under an hour and 50 minutes for the half marathon, again, that's 8:23 mile pace or 5:13 per kilometer pace. Okay, normally if you're doing repeat 400s and you're starting your season off, you need to be running those 400s at around about an hour, or about a minute and 51 seconds to a minute and 52 seconds. Okay, again, that's in perfect conditions. If it's 90 degrees out, instead of running 152 pace per 400, you should be running around 4 seconds slower, an hour, or a minute and 56 seconds per 400. Okay, so again, make sure that you're adjusting your paces in your training and keeping this in mind, so that again, you're not beating yourself up if you don't hit the splits that you normally would hit in 40 to 50 to 60 degree weather. If you're out there in the heat, especially if you're doing the longer runs as well, make sure, do the very best you can to get up as early as you can. I did that numerous times. I'm not really a super early morning person, but usually on Saturdays or Sundays when I did my long runs, I would always get up earlier so I could knock that out before the sun came up. And so just keep that in mind, so that again, you're setting yourself up for success. You're minimizing the amount of mental stress you're placing on yourself, and because again, hotter temperatures require so much more out of us. You're sweating so much more because your body's trying to keep itself cool. So make sure that you adjust your paces and utilize this particular tool. Again, I'll leave the link here on the screen as well as below this video so that you can bookmark this. And again, clicking on the Advanced Features tab on the V.O2 calculator will help you plug in the particular temperature you're running in, and you can adjust that for Fahrenheit or Celsius as well on the website as well. So I hope this video is helpful for all of you that are that maybe have not considered this and have not been adjusting your paces per kilometer or per mile. And feel free to leave me a comment below if you have any other questions. Check out the resources on RunDreamAchieve.com. Thank you so much for your support for all of my subscribers, and I will talk to you all in the next video.